Plant's gonna outbox Canelo Alvarez, Mike.
No.
No, he's gonna get so fucked up.
He's a friend of ours. I hope he.
Look how
he's your friend. You're going to his funeral.
pretty. He's white. He can box.
That's
He's
a,
slick.
he looks like the Floyd Mayweather shit.
Look at it. Slick. Slick.
Wait till that motherfucking start hitting that body.
Yeah.
Alvarez hit that motherfucking body.
Look how slick. Mike, look how slick he is.
Oh, he's gonna get fucked.
Caleb buried his daughter when she was 2 years old.
Yeah.
He's got that killer attitude.
Some bullshit, kill your white ass. Woo!
Again, that's part of the marketability.
Oh yeah.
The complexion is white. You're not used to seeing somebody like that. He got to do that well.
He got the complexion for the protection, but he's gonna get some shit with this neck.
Plant's gonna outbox Canelo Alvarez.
Those are the words of Mike Tyson as he reveals that his feelings towards Caleb Plant and Canelo Alvarez, that he feels that Caleb will be destroyed by Canelo Alvarez once he starts hitting that body. So, Caleb Plant has reacted. He's responded to Mike Tyson. And this is what he had to say. He said, this guy, Canelo Alvarez, is going to F and kill Caleb Plant, as we guys know. He's your friend. You're going to his funeral. All right. Well, those comments reached the ears of Plant. And he explained that it takes a lot more than power to win a fight. And he says, Mike Tyson was stronger than Buster Douglas. That didn't help him. He was determined to win. He was stronger than Lennox Lewis. He was stronger than Evander Holyfield. But there's a lot more to winning a fight than just being stronger than someone, Plant said. Let me counterpunch. Caleb has a point to a certain degree because I know what he was trying to do. I think he was a little offended by Mike Tyson's comments on how he thinks he was going to get effed up, right, by Canelo Alvarez. And he mentioned power. And it makes sense, and he's true to this aspect that it does take more than power to win a fight, i.e. Deontay Wilder. He has power, but that doesn't mean that he's going to win each and every fight. Tyson Fury showed people that you don't need this huge amount of power to win a fight. It takes more than that. So when you have power, you don't need skill. We know that's bullshit. Okay, so that's what Caleb Plant was saying, and he used Buster Douglas, Evander Holyfield, and those guys as an example that beat Mike Tyson, okay? So, and Lennox Lewis. So that's what he was saying. However, let me add this in regards to what Mike Tyson was saying. Canelo has a lot more than power. Not only does he have skill, he has experience in different techniques and different styles. Styles make fights, and Canelo Alvarez has damn near seen all of them. Now, the question you ask yourself, what problems did those fighters with the Philly shell or the crossover have on Canelo? Who did that? Floyd. Who beat Canelo? Floyd. Caleb Plant fights like Floyd Mayweather. So that, I think, was the point of, or the resistance from Canelo Alvarez on how the gentleman that was on the podcast of Mike Tyson thinking that Plant was going to upset Canelo Alvarez. Now, mind you, Canelo Alvarez is a hell of a fighter, a great counterpuncher, combination fighter, and he does have power. But I think the power is just one of those things that he possesses, of many that will give Caleb Plant problems, because Caleb Plant isn't this squeaky clean guy with no holes in his defense, because he definitely has some. You ask Truax, you ask Uskateki, you ask these guys that did catch Caleb Plant, and he was kind of on Queer Street for just a minute. But he did show he had heart. He did show he had grit and determination, just like he was explaining to Mike Tyson, or responding to Mike Tyson, where he was saying that, hey, he was determined to win. And I know Caleb Plant is determined to win. And now I want to touch a little sensitivity point where the guest said, well, you know, Caleb Plant buried a 2-year-old child. All right. And do you see how Mike kind of threw that and tossed that to the side like that doesn't matter? And I'm going to explain why. It's not insensitive. It's by association and experience, because you remember Mike Tyson lost a 4-year-old daughter that accidentally choked herself to death. Some kind of weird thing that happened in the house and he found her dead. So when someone says about, hey, my child died, Mike's like, shit, my child too. That doesn't mean he's not going to get beat up by Canelo Alvarez. That has nothing to do with the other thing. You know, yes, Caleb Plant went through a whole lot of things. His mother was killed by the cops. His young 2-year-old daughter died. Yes, he's been through it, but so has Mike Tyson. And that does not stop Mike from thinking that Caleb Plant won't get beat the hell up by Canelo Alvarez. But anyway, you guys tell me what you think of Caleb responding to Mike and Mike predicting the outcome of Caleb Plant versus Canelo Alvarez. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunched. Peace.